Hello folks, it's Sunday morning, it's raining, it's wet and it's cold. My worst combination of weather. But I want something to do and I thought I'm going to put on the side of the van, the Trotters, independent trading side van panel stickers on the Trotter van. So let's go and do that. Right, well I've got the full set of these stickers. Lucky enough, these ones I bought from Neil Huckle. He sells these on eBay as well. They're the nearest accurate, most accurate ones you can get, and they're already spaced out, as you can already see, so you haven't got any lining up to do. And these come on a backing paper and also a clear transfer sheet. So once you peel this apart, as you can see there, it leaves the actual transfer on the front of the transfer sheet and the backing peels away. But then these are all sticky. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Some people try and hold this in place on the van with some masking tape, and then they take the backing sheet off and then slowly try to press down and get all the air out from behind these bubbles directly onto the van. That's a one-hit wonder sort of way of doing it, because if you do bugger it up, you're stuck with the letters where they are, and if you get air bubbles underneath the letters, you're stuck with the air bubbles. You can prick them with a pin, but sometimes they don't always come out. Or the second way to do it is to take the backing sheet completely off, squirt the surface that you're going to be putting them on down with a light soapy water solution. Also squirt the back of the vinyl once you've taken this backing sheet off with a soapy water solution, and then you're able to put this in place, move it about on the panel, and then slowly squeegee all the air and bubbles out and the water from behind the transfers. And once you're happy with the location, and that way you should get everything out. There's no chance of getting any air bubbles underneath, or very little chance of getting air bubbles underneath. That's the way I'm going to be doing it. So let's go out, uncover the van, clean the side of the van, and prepare this all for action. See you in a minute. Right, well, here's a Trotter van out under my carport now, and I've got to take this cover off, but half of the van, as you can probably see, is over there. Let's show you. So coming along here, where I've got the van at the moment, now you can't see it, but it's dripping water down off of my guttering. Now I did repair the gutter, or Gary repaired the guttering the other day, because that was all hanging down, but that's repaired now, but it's still leaking there. But I don't want to be standing out here in the rain. So lucky enough, I've got the Trotter van bodywork on what I call the pig jig, which was a frame I made up for it a couple of years ago. And as you can see now, look, I can just wheel it over to the middle. Makes life a whole lot easier. There we go. And that means that I can get the other side on without having to get wet. So I'm just going to take off this outer covering now, just by pulling this back like that. I haven't got to undo that. It's actually tied down underneath, but I don't need to undo that tie. I can just pull this back up to a halfway mark. There we go. So this is where the graphic actually is going to sit, but it's very, very dirty at the moment. So I'm going to give this a wash down first of all with some soapy water, and then I'll put you a little bit of time lapse. You ain't got to see that fast, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so let's try and make a little rip in that. Coming from different angles. There we go. Just roll it back on itself, look, like that, look. If it starts to lift the letter, don't worry about that. It always, when it dries off fully, you'll have full adhesion. But just go easy with it. Pulling it back up. Don't pull away like that because you're pulling the letters off the surface. So just roll it back and you can carefully see that the letters should hopefully have no air bubbles in them and they'll be perfect. Or perfect. And as I say, don't panic if one starts to lift because it will all eventually dry out. Now I'm looking down here now, look, see down at the smaller writing. There's still a lot of water under the surface of that paper, you see, so I'm just taking it easy. Just rolling it off. Very carefully. There we go, look at that, look. So we're off the top now, let's concentrate on down here. Nice and easy. Oh, see, with a little bit left. See that little bit move there? I'm not worried about that. Because that just falls into place and that will dry completely when the water's lifted from underneath it. So again, working from this little edge here. See, that's lifting on that K there, so I'm going to leave that and come in from a different angle, you see. So just pull that down from that way, you see. As it comes off, if it starts to lift, come at it from a different angle. See, I didn't want to lift that K up. Still obviously a little bit of water left under there. And now it's lifting the K. And it falls back into place. And as I said to you, when that dries, that water from underneath, that's going to fully adhere. We can go over this with a hot air gun afterwards anyway, so rip that down from there. Again, just use a bit of common sense. There we go. And we've made sure that it's laying where it needs to be. See, there's still water under that S, so I'm not worried about that because when we dry that off in a second with the air gun, that'll all be fine. Right, I'm going to carry on now and get this off. You'll probably see it a little bit speeded up, so I'll see you in a second. See, sometimes you find the end letters can be a little bit less sticky, so you just got to sort of come at it from different angles. I've tried that way and it was slightly lifting, as you can see, but sometimes they're a little bit less sticky, them end ones. So you just got to sort of, I'm coming from this side, you see. So if I just rip that there, look, and pull down that way, look, see? It's just technique at the end of the day. There we go. That will stick down once we get the hot air gun on it, don't worry about that. And the final bit, there we go. Nice little push down there. And there she goes, how about that? Now, it looks like a trotter van. So all I'll do is I'll go over it with a hot air gun. And there's no air bubbles at all there. And what this does, it just activates all the glue. Dries all the water out from underneath, and I've no need to squeegee that on anymore. That's what you don't want to do. Some people, when they take that off, they might see an air bubble there, for example, then they start doing that and they scratch the actual lettering, but you don't want to do that. You can wrap them around with paper or something smooth like a cloth. That way you can protect it, but I've got no need to do that. There we go. That's why normally if you do something like this, you do it on a warm day, but lucky enough I've got a hot air gun. There we go. Happy days. I'm well pleased with that. Right, as I say, you might get someone else say, oh no, I just pin it up and then pull it down manually and do it that way. That's entirely up to you. This is the way I do it. I've always done it this way. I just found that you get less bubbles under the letters when you're pushing down, because once that glue sticks, once you push it down, you ain't getting that up again. Whereas the way I do it, you have got a lot of play time, so to speak, and especially when you're doing thin graphics on a fuel tank, for example, and they've got to be in exactly the right position. It's a one-hit wonder if you just put it on the other way, the first way I showed you. This way you can move them about a bit. Right, just done the other side. Let's show you. I thought I'd show you that just before I sign off. So there we go, that side, come around the back, round to the other side, and the other side's exactly the same now, as you can see. I'm real pleased with the way they went on. And oh look, Rodney's turned up, look. What you been doing, Rodney?
No, I just come to check on you're doing this right.
Of course I'm doing it right. Look at that, look. Absolutely. Eh? He said it was going up in the middle. Well, of course it's supposed to go up in the blinking middle. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, some of these old letters, because I've had this for 2 years, this lettering, it can sort of, the sticky can sort of go a little bit as well. So when you do buy them, get them put on straight away. Not like me, leave it for 2 years. So yeah, there you go. Trotter van is now looking like a Trotter van, and I'm well pleased with it. I've got the door to do yet, the back door obviously, but I'll do that in another video. You ain't got to see that. It'll probably be exactly the same as what I've done here. So I'm well pleased with the way these have turned out, and hope you've enjoyed watching this little tinkering about video on a Sunday morning. And yeah, it's now looking like a Trotter van. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there and ring that little notification bell if you like my videos. Also, check out my Butler's Empire channel. Sometimes you see some other stuff on there related to what I'm up to during the day, but not full videos. It's more family-oriented stuff, but there's still a lot of nice laughs and banters on there as well. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.